And we ask the higher power to ease the hearts of this victim of this crazy and evil crime. I will get on my prayer mat. Assalamu alaikum, people. Assalamu alaikum. This is your boy Azakar, man, bringing you flame, You already know. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You be left in that loop. Hey, my subscribers, I'm really feeling the love. Thank you for the motivation. Getting strong now. You feel me? But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Shout out to the Black YouTube, Ticket TV, Carcino, Kwame Brown, the League Attorney, JR Wisdom, Mr. Palmer, Too Raw for Sports, Too Raw for TV, F Child Support. Man, these brothers be bringing that flame on the YouTube streets, and a brother love it. But your boy Azakar been on this crime tip, man, and the interrogations, listening to people, schizophrenia behaviors, sociopaths, I mean crazy individuals, murders, plots, schemes, backbiting. There's so much going on in this world, and it's different every day, and it's full of decadence and full of evil. I tell you. But make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, man. But we got a banger here today, man. Oh, the victim here, Teresa Sievers. Man. She was a YouTube influencer. Yes, she was a YouTube influencer, and some holistic training or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Had a little thing going on successfully, and her husband, Mark, he was a side man, gave her assistance and filling out their goal, you know what I'm saying, and being successful. From the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying, it's like, man, they got it going on. You know what I'm saying? But things take a turn. So we gonna cook. We gonna air fry this. We gonna put it in the grease. So get your popcorn or get your baseball bat. Now, remember me telling you all from the outside looking in that everything is all good, but things are turbulent. And your boy, Mark, he went down to go watch his boy get married. And so, he dropped the load on him, He let him know his situation, and he's frustrated, and he don't know what to do. So he come to your man with this right here.
In 2015, where he told Curtis about his marital troubles.
He told me that he and Teresa were having problems, marital problems. He told me that she was having an affair, and that they were having financial problems as well, considering bankruptcy.
Did he ask you to do anything?
He told me that really the only option that he had was for her to die. And he said that he needed to have her killed.
Mark had...
Whew. That's hard hit, ain't it? That's hard hit. She had to go. That was his only choice. But, some things happened up in them, and it was kind of catastrophic. That make things go to too smooth. You know what I mean, Vern? Things that go too smooth, not at all. It never goes smooth, especially when you get somebody else involved. But like I said, man, when you get people involved, it get kind of catastrophic. So Curtis was spooked. Curtis was spooked. He went and got his homeboy, Jimmy Ray, and they rented a car from Hillsborough, Missouri, and drove to Florida to commit that act. Yes, that act to be. Woo, one of the things they wish they could have changed their mind on, boy, because it got crucial. It got crucial. So, on that 15th, when Miss Sievers, Teresa, didn't show up for work, Mr. placed a call to the job. Here you go.
Hey, Mark. This is Mark. Teresa's not at work yet. And the office is calling and texting, and we can't get through to Teresa. Maybe she's just sound asleep. It's just not like her. You know, in all the years I've known her to be a half hour late for work.
One of the friends of Miss Sievers had a 911 call too. Here you go.
What is your emergency?
My friend, Teresa Sievers, she's a doctor, and she's dead on the spot.
Teresa was a holistic doctor and ran her own holistic medical practice called Restorative Health and Healing Center. She was respected in her field, making YouTube videos and being interviewed by magazines to spread information.
Hi.
See what I'm saying? So she was an influencer, and you know she's known. So this is a big case. This is going to be a big case. Peep gang. The murder of Teresa Sievers occurred on June the 28th, 2015, when she was attacked at her home in Bonita Springs, Florida, by two men who bludgeoned her to death with a hammer, striking her a total of 17 times. Police arrested two of the men from Missouri for the crimes. And let's get into what they talked about.
Let me tell you what I know, and then you can tell me, okay. The video of you working in the garage on your friend's car, Christian, or whatever you want to call him, friend, you've known him forever, so I call him a friend. He may be a landlord, but he's still your friend. Yeah, and you set up a surveillance system for him. We reviewed the video, you were not there during when you said. We know you weren't in bed. I
never said that I was in bed the whole
I'm sorry, you said you were sick all weekend, right? At home. So whether that means you walked outside or whatever, I know you weren't there. I have you physically documented with photographs where you went, where you shopped, where you spent time. I know, listen, you can't beat this. It is what it is. Okay, right now, I want your side of the story. I don't think it's fair for Mark Sievers to not be in jail after he hired you and, well, I don't know if you knew about Jimmy, but after he hired you to help him with this problem, and you brought Jimmy in, and you guys went down, did indeed verified that Jimmy was there, had pictures of Jimmy there with you guys side by side, with date and time stamp, GPS location. It's done deal. You're in Florida in the weekend. You're right near Teresa Sievers' house. You went to the house. Now, here's the difference. Whether you went in there dressed up with a suit and killed Teresa, or Jimmy did it and you were outside, that's different. Being a lookout versus actually being the one that, you know, killed her, that actually physically ended her life, is way different. Because it's reasonable to me to suggest, based on your handicap, your disabilities, your inflammation, that you maybe didn't possess the strength to do it. Keep in mind, I have Jimmy's talking, and Mark, if he has a brain, because he's not getting that money. He's not going to get the money. They know that he's involved in the homicide of his wife. He will not see that money. You guys are never going to see that money because he's not going to see the money.
On June 20...
Now you heard him mention about the money, about the money, about the money. Well, just like problems that everybody go through, I told you they had a life, you know. Outside looking in, it looked like, man, they got it all together, you know what I'm saying? Come to find out, you know what I'm saying? That money wasn't enough to go to places where it's supposed to go to. And when you have bills and you have debt, it just do something to your brain. It do something to the strain on your shoulders. You know, you become to be irritable. You become moody. You don't want to talk, and you hardly even want to see each other. And that's another thing they had going on. You know, Teresa doing her thing on YouTube or whatnot, she was busy. And I believe Mark wanted some of that time too, you feel me? But we're gonna come into some more of this right here. This is crazy, man. Y'all better count y'all blessings. Count y'all blessings, I'm telling you. Whew. So in 2015, the officers of the law charged Curtis and Jimmy with murder. And here you go.
It's the time to explain how and why to save your own life. Because in Florida, premeditation, if we charge it, because right now you're being charged with second-degree homicide. And second-degree is showing depraved mind is what we call it. Depraved mind. And you're very educated, so I know you know what depraved mind means. That's second-degree. First-degree shows that it wasn't depraved, or maybe not only was it depraved, it's premeditated. And premeditation is when you plan it out. Obviously this was planned out, but right now you're not charged with that. That may come, that may not. If it does come, it's death penalty eligible. This one alone is punishable by life. So you're facing a PBL. Punishable by life. So you explaining that Mark asked you to come down and talk to her, or Mark asked you to come down and kill her because she was going to take the kids away from him and that was his world. Plus, as a bonus, there was going to be money. But his main goal was keeping his daughters, or however Mark wanted to spin it. Mark's not arrested yet. And unfortunately, all the physical evidence shows you and Jimmy right now. You guys are done. That's a done deal, unfortunately. And Mark's free. And if I was you, even if I knew Mark since 14 years old, and I think 2 friends left in my life from 14 years old, if they asked me to do a job, and unfortunately I got caught, even though I used cash, and I left my phone at home, and I brought my other friend and used his phone, and blah, blah, blah. But if they didn't go to jail, and I did, and I'm losing the rest of my life, because how old are you now? 48.
Goddamn pillow talking, man. Bringing somebody in. Bringing some goddamn body in. Bringing somebody goddamn it in. You know these hoes be talking. You know these hoes be talking.
48. Life. 25, 35 years with parole. That's so add 30 years to your life right now. Okay? So 78 years old, coming out, and for what's left of your life. Or you may be locked up spending the rest of your life in prison. Or they, like I said, it's a death penalty eligible crime. If they charge first degree. Right now they haven't done that to you yet. Right now it's second degree, depraved mind. And, you know, there's all kinds of explanations. Also, there's the opportunity to say, I'm sorry. I didn't physically do it. I brought Jimmy in. Jimmy actually fucking did it. I feel bad. It just got away from us. We didn't really want to do this, but we did it. We're here, and it makes sense. It made sense ahead of time, but it didn't now. That's what we need to know. Because right now, Mark is free. Mark Sievers is free. He's the one walking on the beach. He's the one pretending that I'm such a good father, that I'm going to protect these kids. And I'm not saying he's not a good father, because obviously those girls are he's a great father. He's a great father. I just think he made a poor choice. Because those girls, you see those smiles, you see the light in their eyes. You remember what that was like being a kid that age. Everything was awesome. It was so simple. It was so much fun. It was so much more simple. And then life gets away from us, and we make choices. Look at your scars. You didn't do that to yourself. These things happen, and I have those too. I have a nice one here. I have the ones here, the elbows, my hips. I'm all jacked up. And the older I get, the more jacked up I get. I get it. Life gets away from us. We want creature comforts, and we need to plan for our life. And then we go, wow, I'm halfway through, I think. My quality of life's not where I want it to be. Here's an opportunity. With that amount of money that he was going to get, if he found a better way to end his life, end his wife's life, it probably would have been really comfort. And knowing the relationship, I think I understand, or I don't want to insult you. Because I don't want to say, people say, I know how you feel. That always bothers me when people say, I know how you feel. Because you don't know how I feel. You can maybe imagine how I feel, but you're not inside me. You don't live my life. You don't feel what I feel. So I'm never going to disrespect you like that. What I mean by, I understand, I kind of grasp the relationship of you and Mark's very close. That's cool that, you're 14 years old, right? Or roughly 14 years old. You've known Mark longer now than you were alive before you met him. So it's a special relationship. Plus you care about each other. You love each other. You're brothers. You care each other very much. And it's special. And it means a lot. And that could explain to me why you felt compelled to help Mark. But I need to hear this from you now. This is your opportunity. Because the walls are closing, the wagons have circled. I am taking you to Florida. You're going to be coming with us.
By December 2000...
Whew, it ain't worth it. Do it by yourself. It ain't worth it. God damn. Now, while going down there, you got these phones, these smartphones now, going all the way down there, knowing it's traced. Video surveillance. I mean, everything you need. So once you lie about one thing, them boys already got you. Them boys already got you, homie. So unless you just killing for righteousness, it don't make no sense to try to get over. Not right now, not with this technology out there. Just don't. Unless you a hacker, you an Autobot Decepticon, you can trick that technology. But other than that, homie, it's a done deal. What a performance, right? But guess what though? It was they getting away with it, like some of them criminals on Scooby-Doo think they finna get away with it. Except when that dog come at the end of the episode. But it was 2 weeks, 2 months, they didn't have nothing. Nothing. But all of a sudden, Taylor Shoemaker. Who? Taylor Shoemaker. See, this is why, fellas, man, if you're going to do something, man, you need to do it by yourself. I'm not advocating crime, but any little thing, you need to do it by yourself. And don't be pillow talking. Look what happened when you pillow talk. Look what happened when you pillow talk. Fellas, I hope you hearing this. This ain't, it's go beyond crime. It's about principles on everything. Don't pillow talk. Woo. And she let the beans. She let the beans out the bag, boy. When I tell you she let the beans out the bag.
And I told him that I knew that he had something to do with it.
Okay.
And then he started asking me questions like what I know about it. And I'm like, well, I know you went down there to kill somebody. And then he said, yeah. I said, did you shoot her? And he said, no. And I said, then how'd you kill her? And he made a stupid little chuckle that he does and then said, with anger.
Well, you already know Curtis took that deal, right? So he got on that stand. Here you go.
Dr. Teresa Sievers.
Jimmy Rogers and I physically did it, but Mark Sievers was also involved in the planning.
Why did you do it?
I was asked to do it.
By whom?
Mr. Sievers.
Now that Mark was incriminated,
That's hard, man. That's hard. That's hard hit 'em. at the trial, man. At the trial, Mark denied every goddamn thing. Every goddamn thing. He denied it. Denied it now. Listen to this motherfucker right here, boy.
Jury found me guilty. I am innocent of all charges, as I have maintained since this heinous crime took place. I love my wife, Teresa, and our 2 daughters, Josie and Carmi, with all my heart. Our girls have tragically lost their mommy, and now they're about to lose their daddy as well. Therefore, I respectfully ask the court for life, as not to compound their loss and suffering. I am grateful, however, that the court can only determine my fate on earth while my soul is in God's hands, and God knows the truth. Although I cannot feel remorse for something I had absolutely nothing to do with, I am deeply saddened and forever heartbroken, to say the very least, that Teresa was taken from us.
Many believed he spoke about his children as an act of manipulation rather than love. It was Teresa's mother who advocated for her grandchildren during her victim impact statement.
And of course, the biggest loss falls upon her 2 daughters, whom Teresa loved with all her heart. These 2 girls have been robbed of their remarkable mother, their home, their pets, their possessions, their family and friends. Teresa will not be able to love and guide them. She won't be there when they graduate high school or when they need their mother to kiss away tears from their first heartbreak. We have lost our Teresa, the light of our lives, the star of our family, who loved us all so fiercely. It has been hard for all of us to go on with our daily lives. The void is unimaginable. She was our strength, our inspiration, and our caretaker.
Let's give a moment of silence. Peace and bother Harry's people.
It grows to full capacity. You don't want brain to grow. You want mind to grow. And the expansion of mind can go 76 quintillion miles. Meaning that the brain is capable of coming into contact with the universe of light. And not only coming in contact with it, but learning how to deal with it and master it. That's expansion of mind. The mind is able to pierce the wall of darkness that sunlight does not illuminate. But the mind can go beyond the limit of light and bring out of darkness new creations. Mind can do that. When God gave you brain, He gave you that which set you apart from everything else in creation, and He made you potentially the supreme being. I'm going to say it again. What did He make you? Potentially the supreme being.